So, John, you the man. Go ahead. What do you got in mind? It's like 8:18 or something like that p.m. Third night of the full moon. Go on. No, you go on. You said turn the camera on. We're gonna do a project now. We're gonna be doing a project, a braiding. We're building a new handbag. Lena is customizing an old handbag, and she's changing the strap, and she's making her own braided strap for it. Right. So we talked about it, and we said we were going to do this today. And John said, I would like to converse while we do the project together and just stream of consciousness, talk to each other out loud for the film, for document. Good evening, mother and father. Yes. Good evening, home team. And we ring the bell and we give thanks and prayers. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. So let's get our materials, and you can pause it while we do that. All right. I love you. I love you, honey. I love you too, sweetheart. And we love you, Paul. Yeah. And boys. And boys. And all the brethren. We love you all a lot. So this is kind of a different project, though. Everyone's just gonna while me and John are working. Yeah, we are. Hi, Tom. Yeah, and Bob. Yeah, and all Lou, Joey, Nico, Elton. Elton, happy birthday! Thank you. Yes. Well, hi, Friday. Yep. Skinner dudes, Vincent boys. Everybody. So while we're working on our handbag project and braiding a new shoulder strap. You guys are just going to be piping it. Yeah, everyone's just, you and Johnny are the ringleaders, right? You can show that piece off because that's what you're going to use. That you're looking at was an old tie-dye dress of mine. That's hanging on the wheelchair there. And it's a fragment of it because when Herman died, uh, again, he died of sudden heart failure on the floor, right there, right at that spot, half in and half out of the doorway. My boy, our boy, and I said to Christopher, "Give me his collar," because Christopher was taking him to bury him. I said, "Give me his collar, but hold on, because I want you to tie a bandana around his neck from mommy." And I didn't want to just use any old bandana. So I took one of my favorite dresses and cut it up for him. So that's a remnant from that dress. And he was buried with the rest of it tied around him like a shawl. I don't want to cry. It's all right, honey. You look so beautiful when you cry, Yeah. Okay. So moving on. The most important thing about tonight's project is comfortable, relaxed, and just being ourselves. Okay. Not putting on a show for anyone. Right. Not being self-conscious about singing or anything like that. Ringing bells or... But can I show this off? Yeah. This patch is going to be part of the handbag too. Won it on eBay. You don't see this kind of patch every day. Live in New York, Johnny Lennon. So, okay. So the thing is to be relaxed, right? Absolutely relaxed, and feeling like $1,000,000. All right. How you doing? Okay. It doesn't matter what we talk about or how long it takes us to get everything together. So just think of that. Keep that in mind. All right. What are you worried about? I don't know. I was thinking like putting the camera a certain way, but now it doesn't. Yeah, sideways is all right. All right. Yeah, that's good. Just do the brethren. All right. Can I lean it a little like that? Yeah, that's fine. All right. So getting the wheelchair over here because all of the stuff that we need is on the wheelchair. So the bag is this little bag that, like, it looks like kind of burlap. You could show that off. I will. The bag, I got a pair of earth shoes, and it came complimentary with a pair of earth shoes many years ago. And I just love this crazy little bag, yeah. And it's got a little front pocket that really comes in handy for the cell phone. And that's where the fuck is that now? Oh. That's where the patch is going to be. But as you can see, the shoulder strap is finito, yeah. And therefore, you're going to ask me, why do I suppose I get impatient with myself when I'm setting the camera up? What do you suppose that stems from? I don't know. What would you guess it stems from? My impatience or my frustration? Because your whole life, you were very, very capable, and you were very, very graceful, and not clumsy at all, and you never dropped things or broke things. Not really. And it was very effortless for you. Yeah. That's true. So, excuse me, yeah. So now you find it frustrating. I do. Endlessly frustrating. So how long do we need to make this thing? All right. I'm thinking we're going to have to braid on the seam. All right, let's take a look. Excusez-moi, I think you're right. So let's start getting ready to cut. Okay. Why am I choking so much? Oh, so you just took some of that ginger and turmeric, and it makes you choke. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. Do the poppy seed cookies have anything to do with it? Well, they kind of do relax the system. Yeah. Yeah, we get these poppy seed cookies that we made. And they're like dope, you know? Yeah. Which way are we going? You wanted to just do the end, right? Is that going to be good enough? Do you want to show what you're doing? Not really, but I could. We're stretching out, stretching out the fabric of the skirt. And we're going to be cutting 3 strips of that length. Because we want a really good shoulder strap, a nice long shoulder strap. And what's nice about, and then we're going to make a braid. What's nice about this material is that it's that real soft t-shirt material. Yes. And yeah, this is a good piece, Lynn. All right. We have our excellent scissors, our titanium fabric scissors. So what's great about this material is it's that real soft t-shirt material that's got a beautiful stretch to it. A very soft, supple, comfortable stretch. Yeah. I'm thinking we should make the... How thick do you want the braids? We'll see. Because I'm just doing one big, long piece. And then I was going to divide that piece into 3 strips. All right. So perhaps you want to give yourself just a little bit more material. Because you want a strap with a bit of heft, right? This is going to be the strap for a while. Yes. This will be the strap. But Lena has a few ideas, really, that are quite ingenious. Yes. About how this is going to ultimately pan out. Now, what were you thinking about today? Today? Well, how you help me with everything when I get really down about being afraid. I'm so afraid when my disabilities, my physical disabilities, really take over, and I can't do anything right. She can always do things, and she can always do them right, but it's a little different than it used to be, right? Yeah. And the thing is, like, I haven't let myself think too much about, well, maybe this is it. Maybe I'm not going to get any better. I was excited because this past year I was able to finally get into the wheelchair on my own, but it takes a long time. No, it doesn't. It's pretty fast, really. Well, it's hard work. Just getting from the bed to the wheelchair, or the bed, or whatever. I know. Maybe you want to keep that all one piece. I think you're right. You're right. I'm gonna do that. It's the best idea yet. I'll just show this piece that we cut. Hopefully, this piece will be sufficient to make 3 strips within the piece and begin braiding. I used to be great at braiding hair. I used to braid my friends' hair. We all used to braid each other's hair because we used to get frizz. We used to like that wavy, frizzy thing, yeah. Make our own perms, in a way. And, so, and you see what John just does, like, just then, I get upset, and he's like, okay, not change the subject, but he just helps me to get out of my own head and scary thoughts of being, helpless and at the mercy of whatever happens to people that are disabled, that have no family and no friends to take care of them, or children to help them, or, that's me, really. I have Christopher, but I know, I don't know, anything could happen, and he's not always feeling good, and not only that, like, it's complicated with Christopher. Well, it doesn't have to be. He doesn't, Lena, he really doesn't mind helping you. You saved his life. Well, you always say, it's the truth, you did. You saved his life. You should never look at yourself as if you're a burden to him. He's just lazy. Yeah. He was a lazy person. Unless it's something he really wants to do. Like, he can spend a whole afternoon, like when we used to go camping. Christopher was in heaven, spending an entire afternoon chopping wood. Like, I'm talking hours, like, 6 hours. He loved it. But, like, certain other things you want him to do, like maybe fucking get his shit together and fucking help me clean up the room inside. Like, it's if he wants to do it, he'll do it. If it's something that's not on his list of things to do, he's a fucking scutch and a pain in the ass. And and he has a bad temper. And he has, go ahead, you, John. I don't want to be the bad guy all the way down the line. He's a terrible temper. He's got a lot of suppressed rage. He's over at his mother's right now. Because of his responsibilities, especially the past couple of years, caretaking his parents and being practically the sole caretaker. Some help from his brother, very little from his sister, none from the other brother. Yeah, Mr. fucking persona non grata, the cop, he really fucking hides out, doesn't he? He really stays away since Daddy died. Shit, man, he wasn't even around when his father fucking died. Like, when his father was dying, he couldn't be bothered. His big holy roller wife, where the fuck was she? Nowhere. The Virgin Mary. Or as John calls her, the flying nun. Right. Mary, the flying fucking nun. John, this scissor, yeah, the material's too fine. We have to try a different scissor because this is getting nowhere. So John said to try this one. This is a tiny manicure scissor by the same make. But for some reason, you think this is going to be better? And what do you know, folks? He's right. It's cutting right through like butter. Not only is it better, it's like butter. It's like butter. I mean, it's little tiny cuts at a time, but it's going to be so much faster. What the hell? That other scissor was bullshit, man. So, John, yeah. How do I feel watching all this stuff down here with Christopher's family and stuff? I think you're way too caught up in Christopher's psychology, and I get annoyed, and I'm sorry that I do. And I start feeling like, hello, guess who's here waiting for you? None other than you, Lena. Yeah. And then I just feel like, how dare I, like, all afternoon, I'm like pissed off because I had a fight with Christopher about his stupid family. It's always about his stupid family. You can call them stupid. They're stupid. Yeah. It's always about them. And he's always, when he's in a terrible mood, it's because of them. Because of something that they either said or that he has to do and he can't get out of it and he doesn't feel like doing it. And he's got to put on a smiley face with them all the time. But then I get fucking his nastiest behavior. I always know when he has to do something for them because he picks a fight with me first thing in the morning. And then I'll find out, oh, I got to go over there, bye. And it's like, oh, okay. That's why he was fighting with me all day. That's why he was nasty to me all day. And it's like, I don't deserve that. And you know what? I walked away from a marriage. My first marriage, there were many reasons. There was something wrong with that whole scene too, but, I didn't like the way I really didn't like the way he thought he could speak to me. And I won't put up with that shit. And my father even said at my wedding to my first husband, he told the wedding guests, my daughter, she'll tell you to go shit in your hat. This guy better be on his toes because My daughter will tell you to go shit in your fucking hat. I was surprised when I heard him say that because of the volatile relationship I've had with him. But he's right, because I told him once I hit my teens, I told my father he could go shit in his hat. I told him, go fuck yourself. I had it with him too. And what he thought he could treat me like and say to me. Inappropriate way to treat your daughter. So, but at any rate, moving back to Christopher, John, is this going to work? They're all so uneven. I think it's going to be excellent. It's going to be very similar to braiding hair. It's never the same, right? It's always, yeah, you're right. You get these uneven strands. It's getting a little harder now. It's getting to the end of the strip. We could tie one end. No, you got it. You want to show what you're doing? Sure. Sure. I think I want to show it. Is it worth showing? Yeah. I just want to show. I'm kind of nude. All right. Put that there. All right. So just to show it real quick, we have the thing up there, and we're cutting it into strips. Right. We have it on the exercise bar. Okay. And so, what we were just saying. Oh, and if Lena, if she was the way Christopher thinks he can talk to her sometimes. Yeah, people out there, you think he's such a sweet guy. We know what you think of him. He really puts a good face forward. He knows how to do that his whole life. He's a real step and fetch it. No offense intended, and not a racially charged remark. He's a real fucking ass kisser. Mr. Nice Guy, when you don't really know him. But, oh, these colors are going to be gorgeous, John. I know. So, I would never stay. The thing is, I would never stay with someone like him. Not even as a roommate, which is what he is to me. We don't live as husband and wife. And I would not put up with that from a family member or a roommate or an acquaintance or anything else. The way he has, seen fit to speak to me. Yeah. Out of his frustration with his family. Yeah. And perhaps his frustration about you, John. Well, yeah. You used to spoil the crap out of him. And I don't even mean the sex. I mean, you were the most loving, adorable, agreeable wife. He was never going to have someone else like you in his life ever again. And yeah, when that reality, you could tell when that started hitting him. And even though John connected with me in 2013, it really only started hitting him, I think, not too long ago. Boy, she's never going to be my Lynn again. She's John's, right. She belongs to him. And I'm never going to have that again. I could practically hear his brain working and saying that, and I felt sad. Like she used to be my girl. Yeah. There's not a damn thing he or you or me can do about it. And I don't want to do anything about it. I don't know about you. You are a silly goose because you know that I don't want to do anything about it. But, yes. How am I supposed to do... We can use a safety pin. Alright. So right now we're safety pinning the base so that we can start working on the braid, right? And this is just very ingenious, John. Yeah. As long as I don't... One day, I would love to use a safety pin and not poke myself. Will it happen? Is today that day? Nah, little poke. Okay, so show that off. All right. So here's what we got. We got the 3, and we're gonna be braiding. Right. Oh, great. I do feel like I'm doing somebody's hair right now. This is gonna be an excellent looking braid. It's gonna look so good. So let's talk about you and your marriage to Yoko and her knowing about the Lena thing. What do you want to know? Well, if you look back on all of our writings, yeah, she knew about you from the get-go. It was a different thing. Me, you, and Christopher, it's different. It's the same, but it's different. It's not going to be the same story. Right. Yes, because Yoko, for all intents and purposes, Yoko is is Christopher. Right. John, this is hard to do. It's all right. You don't have to rush. Okay. You know what? The thing is, it's getting caught, the long ends. Well, I don't think it's going to be a problem for long because it's going pretty fast. All right. Yeah, I'm a good braider. It's getting all caught in my body, yeah. Well, you got them tits, Yeah. Yoko had them big tits, too. And she was a tiny thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, she complained about it, too. She did, yeah. Oh, sometimes I think I'd like to be a boy. Did she say that? Yeah. It always looked easier. Tell you that. It always looked easier. Geez, John, there's nothing we can do about this being on the seam, right? Tis life. Life is nothing but a ornery braid, right? Well, this is a really great idea. Yeah, it's better than just a regular piece of fabric. Just let's show it so far. I don't want to lose where I am. You won't. I won't let you. We got the one in the middle. Oh, go ahead. All right. So here, the braid moving right along. And it's going to be a very, very long piece. And then Christopher will sew it on. And that's the thing he loves to do too. He's great at sewing. Me too, but I can't. These days, I don't love it as much. He loves it, yeah. So it's like when you give Christopher a cool sewing job, patches, for instance, or like a handle like this, it's like you gave him a present, yeah. It's like you gave him a great gift, and he's just like, oh, sure, and he does it right away, yeah. Like very quickly, like maybe a day later it's done. I know it's not going to sit around long. So yes, today we had a fight with him this morning. Not a fight, but I was really suffering with my nerve damage, and he didn't do something that I asked him to do, something very simple to help me in the kitchen before I got up, and he just I hope his mind is all right. I'll tell you one thing, those cancer drugs play havoc. And he's not suffering from dementia, and I know you worry about that. I do. I always worry about that because that would be another thing. And sometimes I'm just like, Christopher, what are you thinking of? Like, why are you? But he's always been a little off. And he has a form of OCD and autism, like very, very high on the spectrum of functional autism. I knew that about him a long time ago already. And but lately, but but what? I It's because he's overwhelmed, right? And also his father was his best friend, right? And he lost his father. His father was his best friend. I don't think anybody suffered that loss emotionally as much as Chris, not having his dad to talk to, go have tea with every morning, joke around with. They had a real close bond, which got super close at the end. He was the right-hand man for his old man Ted. So I think he's still reeling from that. His father died like right before Christmas, December 3rd. He went in the hospital and amputations, complications from diabetes. I know Christopher's angry at his mother too, and because she fed the old man sugar and didn't pay attention to his health. And John, yeah, Christopher definitely feels like his mother failed everyone. The old man worst of all, right? That she's just such a hopeless, I don't want to say cretin, but she let the old man die. She helped the old man die, right? In a hideous way. Like she knew he was diabetic and she had candy all over the house, eating nothing but white bread and pasta, uh, watching him drink his alcohol every day. I mean, she just was like, I don't know, talk about hands off, like when Christopher had cancer, I was so hands on. I watched everything that went into his body. I made him, I stayed up late making juices, green juices for him with a juice machine, cabbages and fennel, and I would just be like making these green juices all hours of the day and night. I was so exhausted. I'm not complaining, but it's just like, and this woman, her husband's feet are rotting off and they sleep in the same bed, and like she didn't know that. So it's kind of a nightmare scenario. I think we're done with the braid, Johnny. Yeah. And the bottom line is, that the old man was Christopher's best friend. And now he has to go help take care of his mother who has a heart condition, and because of her lousy eating habits and sedentary lifestyle. And and now it's like, and the thing is, he was telling them all along to change their eating habits, and all along they were like, oh, shut up, leave us alone, we like what we're eating, we like what we're doing. And even though they knew that the only reason Christopher survived cancer was because he had to change his whole life and his eating habits. But that didn't impress them enough to change their habits, right? Johnny, this looks great. All right, let's take a look at it. All right, hold on. Can we get just a look at it from there? Yeah. Look at this. There's the braid. Very bohemian. It's going to look great on that bag. And so, I don't know what I'm getting at, but what you're getting at is that what you often say to me is, if I just want to get out of here. I don't like the way he talks to me. I don't like it at all, and I fuck him. And Yoko felt that way too about me. So we were similar, and she was a bitch too, Yoko was no fucking, yeah, right, tough lady, right. So we had some hateful fights between us, and because ultimately we were not, we knew that we were not really a couple, not the way, right. Oh, this is going to look great, John. Yeah. And I think with Christopher, well, at least I know in the beginning with Christopher that he, I don't know, was hoping that, I don't know, that it wasn't really over with you and him. But he knows not to fear. He knows it is. Right. Hey, I can even just do this. We could even just do this with safety pins and fuck it. Yeah, but he's going to sew it on. All right. Should I leave the other one on? Well, let's see. Maybe. That's kind of short, Lena. So take the other one off. Yeah. Take the old string off. Yes, Lena. Bye, old string. You was a great handbag string in your day. You really meant well. Here's the old string. Believe it, we'll repurpose that, and we will. So in the meantime, I'm just going to... What did you do with the other safety pin, Bubby? I thought you had it. Make sure it ain't on the bed. Why you hurting my feelings with such a way? Oh, shush. Why are you making me feel like I'm stupid and things? You want to put it on the seam, right? Yeah, I want to put it on the seam. I want to put it up your ass. Why do I love you? I don't know. So it took us 37 minutes and 18. 37 minutes and 18 seconds to do the braid. Yeah. Don't lose the pin on me now. Silly man. You gonna fuck me up, and how, baby? I remember what you said about sticking yourself there. So really, we could use this handbag now. Let's see. Is it too long? It's actually awesome. Yeah. It's actually phenomenal and awesome. Wait a minute. I love it. It's a great bohemian rhapsody. Yeah. But he'll come up with a real neat way. Yeah, he'll come up with he'll put it on very neatly. It'll look like someone did a custom job. He's also, because his jobs are custom jobs. And he's also going, Christopher, I'm talking about. Well, you guys will see when it's done. But in the meantime, let's just take a look at it. Yeah. Johnny, I had so much fun just now. Yeah. Okay. We got to put it through the wash too, but that'll be. So here's the bag. It's hemp. That's what this is made out of, hemp. And here's the braid. Oh, the old strap is here. Get rid of that. There's the old strap. And here's the new braided tie-dye made from the Herman dress, right? So, and then when he's done sewing that on, the Johnny sticker will go on the front. And we'll have customized, beautiful job, customization of this earth bag. I love you, and that is all we had to do. All right, I love you too. Praise be God. Mom, Dad, you did a great job. You're off duty. Go relax. All right, back to the Larry Sanders Show. Amen. Amen.